Do this first to earn every reward in patch 11.1.7 fast. That's right, 11.1.7 going live here. Might already be live depending on when you're watching this. Servers might currently be down. I'm not sure. But here's the thing. There's going to be a few things that you're going to want to do as soon as this patch goes live. First off, getting that Biz belt, right? You're going to want to go get that belt. You're going to want to do the new delves, do the new quest lines and everything else. Let's see what the quickest way is to do it all here from the Comeback Kids.
Okay, patch 11.1.7 is releasing, and if you log in without a plan, you're probably going to miss out on some important stuff. New titles, transmogs, mounts, tab arts, hidden toys, fresh time-walking rewards, and even a little extra player power, all packed into one patch. So in this
Nice. My brand is extremely behind. Yes, that is true, and I'm going to have to, like, basically reacquaint myself with delves at
video,
this
we're
point.
breaking down exactly what to do first and how to unlock every reward as quickly as possible so you can skip all the fluff and walk away with everything that actually matters. Now, really quick before we jump into rewards, a couple baseline changes that are going live immediately, with our first stop being the brand new ability called Recuperate.
Oh, I didn't know
Every
about
class
this.
in the game will get this ability, which
Oh,
is a
that's right.
self-healing spell that you could use outside of combat that restores you over the duration. This is a massive...
I remember us talking about this like over a month ago, and I completely forgot this was happening in the game. This is great. I forgot about this. Like when you're out in the open world, just questing or grinding some random shit out, doing whatever, you'll be able to finally heal yourself no matter what. You don't have to bring food with you. You don't have to worry about drink. You just do it. Yeah, goodbye mages. No longer needed for service. You guys can delete your characters now.
Massive change for classes
Yeah,
like
mage food
rogues,
is now
warriors,
obsolete.
hunters, warlocks, pretty much anyone who needs an on-demand
I like the
heal
animation,
after being
too.
out of combat. So absolutely don't forget about putting this on your bars. Secondly, don't forget the brand new rotation helper is active in the game as well. So if you need some help learning a new rotation, you could quickly turn this on in the options menu. Additionally, if you have any disabilities or you're just looking to play the game casually, they additionally added the one-button rotational assistant for your offensive abilities. I was blown away by how many of you were excited for this in the comment section of our last video, and I couldn't be happier for you all.
This is great. He has a nice comment section. My comment section hasn't been excited. People have been talking about how this is the end of fucking WoW. Is he being sarcastic? I have awful hands due to nerve damage. So yeah, this is great for people like that. I'm 75, so slower. So first played 20 years ago. I also have MS. So yeah, this is great for people like that. I'm happy for them. My comment section's not as nice as his.
To get this built in game because you deserve it. Now, let's get into what this video is all about, which is the rewards. Starting off with the heavy hitter, the biggest reward in this patch is absolutely your Titan Disc Belt from Overcharged Delves. This belt is supposed to be very powerful, even heading into the last season of the War Within. It's strong, customizable, and it works everywhere in the game, so it's 100% worth unlocking it as soon as possible. Now, to unlock it quickly, you want to head over to the Delve table in Dornagal and talk to Dagrin. He will start you off with your Overcharged Delve questline, which will walk you through a few objectives and get things going from there. He'll ask you to dot some I's, cross some T's, and after a short period of time completing objectives, you will unlock your Titan console, your powerful belt, and the belt trait selector UI. From there, ladies and gentlemen, the grind will officially begin, but in a good way. Inside Overcharged...
By the way, just some people have been confused about this. This has nothing to do with the belt. This is an in-delve only system. This is going to power you up to do delves more easily. It's, you fill out the talent tree. It's the same thing we got in Visions of N'Zoth, Revisited, all that shit. Blizzard loves putting these in the games now because they're like a time-gated form of the content where eventually it gets easier for you the longer you do it and every week that passes. So that's what this is. The disc belt itself will have power that continues beyond delves. It'll power you up in Raid and Mythic Plus, everything else. All the content outside of delves will include the power-ups from the disc belt. This is only delve specific.
In a good way. Inside Overcharged Delves, specific enemies will drop these shards, and every 100 equal 1 talent point you can invest. You take these talent points and invest them in your delve-specific talent tree. Don't forget you're rewarded heavily for actually exploring the entirety of the delve by killing elites off-path, looting barrels, opening secret chests. All that fun stuff will feed into the shard count. The more shards you get, the more talent points you get, and of course that increases your power inside of these delves. Do remember the talent tree upgrades only work inside of Overcharged Delves.
You know what I wonder though? I wonder if that talent tree, yeah, he's saying the same thing I just said. I wonder if that talent tree applies to Underpin. Because technically you're in a delve when you're doing Underpin, so I wonder if because that would make the fight easier.
And there is no weekly cap to them, so everybody rejoice. I don't have to hear anyone in the
Oh,
comments
it's not
section
time gated?
complain about time gating, because if
Great.
you want to grind all this out in one weekend, go crazy. Also, if you
DJ.
do max out the entire talent tree, you unlock the brand new Titan-themed mech mount for
Nice.
doing so as a reward. Back to the belt now, though. This particular piece is not just for delves. It's a real piece of gear with high item level and juicy slot-in powers that you can obtain to increase your potential. This includes haste procs, mastery bonuses, crit bonuses, absorb shields, the whole nine. All of this works globally, whether you're raiding, doing Mythic Plus, whatever the case may be. What's better is that these powers unlock account-wide, and you can unlock these powers by simply completing each Overcharged Delve one time. You do the content once, unlock
Well,
it
he said each overcharged delve, but it doesn't have to be. It says it right here. The delve does not need to be overcharged. So you can get this thing whether this the skittering breach is overcharged or not.
across your entire account, and that's it, you're good to go. Now, Dagran will also give you a weekly quest that rewards you with item level boost to your belt, up to item level 701, which is very powerful. One last thing to mention is each tier 11 overcharged delve that you complete will now give you 10 gilded crest instead of 7, and the weekly treasure map bounty will now give you 30 gilded crest instead of 20 at the end, meaning you can get
That's
up
a
to
lot.
40 gildeds in about 15-20 minutes, so definitely get on top of it.
My problem, and you guys know this because you watch me play all the time, my problem is not gilded crests. It's freaking flight stones or whatever, the valor stones. I cannot get enough damn valor stones. It's annoying as shit. I hate that thing. I wish they just didn't have them. It's just a secondary currency that I gotta constantly grind, and they don't offer it with a lot of things. I wish they just gave it with everything, but it doesn't show up. And yeah, I wish I could do the freaking Vision of Desath and get them, but I can't.
Of that.
Shit's
Next up
annoying.
now, this is a big one if you're a collector or transmog hunter. We have the Turbulent Timeways event, and that starts day 1 of the patch. And the very first week is an important one, being the Battle for Azeroth Time
Right,
Walking,
Brad.
which has never been done before. Yes, you heard that correctly. Brand new transmog and rewards we've never seen are going to be available this first week, so you're going to want to listen up. If you've ever done Turbulent Timeways before, you know each week rotates through a different expansion like you see on screen here. Week 1 is Battle for Azeroth. There's also a weekly quest in Dornogal that rewards heroic level loot, which is great for endgame players for power. But the real reason to prioritize this is the limited time vendor. You can find them in the harbors of Borealis or in the Horde capital, and they're loaded with rewards, brand new mounts, BFA-themed trench coats, new weapons, accessories, and more, all with unique effects and visuals. And if that wasn't enough,
these look good.
mastering the Timeways over the course of the event also unlocks the Chrono Corsair mount, which is a new skywriting mount that looks fantastic. Of course,
I don't get why they called it the Chrono Corsair. Why didn't they just call it the Infinite Pirate Dragon mount? I mean, they got a little bit too wild with that name.
this costs time warp badges, so if you don't have a stash of
the
these
pirate
saved
mount.
up, you're going to want to start farming this as soon as possible. You've only got a short window to grab all this for the BFA vendor before it rotates out, and once it's gone, it's probably going to be a while before it comes back. So if I were you, I'd grab your belt from Overcharged Delves first, then knock out your 4 dungeon weekly for the time walking event to earn a nice chunk of badges. One last thing to note is that these time war badges are warbound until equipped, so you could just transfer them across.
Question: do you get Valor Stones from time walking? Can you? That's like a real. Is that a thing? Because I know we're gonna get time warp badges, but if I can get some Valor Stones out of it, I'd be very happy. Probably not, because Blizzard doesn't like to give those out.
Entire account to stack them up and purchase all this at the vendor. So collectors, mog hunters, mount grinders, this is your moment. Get on this early so you don't fall behind. Next up, we have the Arathi campaign. This is a short story-driven questline with faction-specific rewards, and it's one of the fastest pieces of content you can clear this week. Seeing as it's going to be here the entire time, though, the rewards aren't tied to power as well. You could hold off on this for a bit if you want to. As you complete the story for this, you can earn different rewards for being both Horde or Alliance, with the Alliance players earning a title and a brand new Stromgarde Tabard, which in my opinion looks phenomenal. Then of course you have the Horde players getting a title along with the matching Hammerfall Tabard. I will say I think the Alliance Tabard here is a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Also, no matter what faction you play, everyone will unlock the Lamplighter Pauldrons, which are inspired by Faerun herself, one of the new characters Blizzard's trying to make a push for in terms of story. All of this is super quick and clean. You can get this done in probably a little over an hour for both factions. So after you get your other priorities done, get on this. Now, moving on to next, sadly, the least priority when it comes to rewards, we have the Lorewalking. If you're into story, roleplay, or just love collecting toys, this is a really great bit of content for you. These are quick story mode, bite-sized sections that are super fun.
These are dropping tomorrow, too? I'm excited. I want to do these on stream. I love this shit. I can't wait to be the Lich King.
Dive into. First up, you got the Echo of Xal'atath, which is a toy that lets her voice whisper in your ear when you kill enemies. If you played through her storylines before, it's like being a Shadow Priest back in Legion, which is really cool. Then there's the Koresh Memory Crystal, which transforms you into a Koreshi, which is a super rare visual and perfect for us heading into most likely the ethereal-based patch next season. And finally, the big one, the Royal Visage, which lets you take on the form of Arthas Menethil. Yes, you can now strap on the Lich King's armor and walk around as one of the coolest characters in all of MMOs. So yes, this is lower on the priority list as these are toys, but these are still really awesome to have. I'm hoping in the nearby future we can get maybe one piece of transmog dedicated to each story so we can have it on our character permanently, but seeing as this is the first iteration, we will take what we can get. Also, it was data mined in the files that there will be more Lorewalker stories coming soon, with the next one most likely being an unreleased questline tied to Quel'Thalas. This is probably just going to tell the whole history of that and the importance of the Sunwell, seeing as we're...
The rebuilding of Silvermoon is going to be one of the coolest things to come out of Midnight. I cannot wait to go back to Silvermoon. What a great city that is. Unused asset in the game.
Going to be diving into that in the next expansion of Midnight, which is awesome. And lastly, when it comes to rewards, we have the Greedy Emissary event, which is starting on July 1st, a couple weeks after the patch goes live. So this isn't going to be a priority for a while.
I am wishy.
The idea is that you start the quest line in your respective capital city and look out for when the event is going to start on your map timer. You go to the portals outside of Stormwind, Orgrimmar, or Dornogal and kill these treasure goblins that occasionally spawn from these portals. Each goblin will drop a chest, and your first 10 goblins you kill per character are guaranteed to drop these shards. You spend these shards at the vendor in Dornogal for these recolored tier 2 sets, and not only that, there are rare drops that can be earned from these chests and these goblins, such as Tyrael's Charger, the 2023 cosmetics, and a ton of other stuff. When this releases, I highly recommend killing one goblin a day on as many characters as possible, because it gives you a very large drop chance boost for the rare loot on the very first kill for each character, so it's very important. The elixirs that drop from these goblins, you could also use them at the portals to stack the affixes to spawn more goblins, which will then give you more loot. Once again, this event is all about cosmetics, zero grind in terms of power, and if you're smart about this, you'll only need to do this event a couple times to get the sets that you're interested in. Okay, now a quick priority to-do list with everything I'm going to do in exact order, so if you want to take a screenshot, save the video, you can do that to always have this to come back to. First up, top priority is unlocking the Titan Disc Belt from the Overcharged Delves quest you get in Dornogal from Dagran. This gives you a nice power boost with customizable effects that work in all forms of content. If you want, you could also run each Overcharged Delve once to unlock all the belt powers, and while you're doing that, you could also use your treasure map in the tier 11 delve to earn up to 40 gildeds in one tier 11 run, which is massive.
That is massive, actually. I think I have one of these. I got to make sure I save it for this.
Immediately after earning your belt, complete your 4 Battle for Azeroth time walking dungeons to earn some time warped badges and spend these badges at the BFA vendors in the Battle for Azeroth, Horde, and Alliance capitals. This contains very limited time trench coats, transmogs, mounts, weapons, and all that fun stuff.
I've said this like 1,000 times at this point, but if you want the mount, you got to get the freaking the BFA buff, or not the BFA buff, the time walking buff, 5 out of the 7 weeks, which means you got to run 4 of these things basically consecutively 5 out of the 7 weeks to get that done.
Stuff, which will rotate out most likely next week, so don't forget about this and get to it quick. Also, don't forget you have the badges that are warbound transferable, so you can just transfer them across your account and you should be good to go.
Gotta get the new albino mounts.
After this, you can complete the Arathi campaign for the faction titles, as well as the Tabards, and Faerun's inspired shoulder transmog. Lastly, you have the 3 Lorewalking toys, which is the Arthas form, the Xal'atath Whispers, and the Koresh transformation. And then in a couple weeks, you also have the Greedy Emissary event, which will allow you to earn your tier 2 sets from killing
July
goblins
first for that one?
or
Okay.
hellstone shards. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that you can put the brand new recuperate ability on your bar, and you can try out the brand new rotation helper as well if needed. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything you need to know about earning the raw rewards in this brand new patch. If this helped out, please drop a like, hit subscribe if you're new, because the comeback kids are going to be sticking around here for a while. Let me know what rewards you're most excited for. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one.
One last note we wanted to make.
Nice
If you're
video.
looking for a guild or people to progress through Mythic Plus with or raid with next season, the Comeback Kids are recruiting, and any and all players are welcome to come on down, play with us. We're looking to fill out some new members for the raid. Oh my god, we fucking did it. Oh my god, let's fucking go, bro. Guild tab and search up the Comeback Kids, and we show
Great.
in there and verify, get yourself in, and then we can get you invited by you posting your name and server.
Hype
the
post for Zone Guild.
Invite tab.
Cool. Okay, yeah, nice video from the Comeback Kids. Overall, I'm excited to do some of the storyline quests. I'm going to get the disc bell, do all that shit, but mainly I want to do some of the lore stuff on stream. I want to do some of that and do time walking. BFA time walking should be fun. A nice video from the Comeback Kids.